Hello and welcome to my recap of episode 8 of The Sex Factor, and this is part 1 of Playing with the Pros. So half of the contestants, 3 of them, will pair up with a professional adult film star and do a scene, and while the judges are in the other room watching via monitors, and then they will get critiqued, and then the pros will also put in their 2 cents about how they think their contestant would do in the real world of porn. And Biscuit's here with me today. So first we have Johnny. Johnny picks his porn pro, Dahlia Sky. Johnny says he's honored to be working with such a pro, and they have such good on-camera chemistry and off-camera chemistry. Dahlia says Johnny exceeded her expectations, and she thought he did a great job, and they were on the couch, and Johnny got there. Johnny popped. Jack in the Box, pop, pop. And so everybody is really proud of Johnny, especially Kieran, who's been rooting for him the entire time. So it is a great moment, and Johnny's super proud. And after the last session with Kaya, as the pirates, he's peaking at the right time. Next we have Hero, the protagonist, who I meant to say sort of reminds me of Aaron Paul a little bit, but I think Aaron Paul's better looking than Hero. Hero picked Dana Dearmond and as his pro, and they're on the couch, and it's a bit awkward, and it's roughly 8 minutes of foreplay and mouth stuff, and they said they didn't pre-plan, and that could go either really good or really badly, and it's going really badly. Hero at one point sticks his fingers in her mouth, and I don't think she was prepared for it, and it was just like heh. And I don't think she was prepared for it because they didn't pre-plan, and I feel like that's something you should pre-plan, because it's kind of gross. Unless you're into it, but like discuss that prior, you know? He did pick her up and flip her upside down. I thought that was impressive. Generally, it didn't really go anywhere, and in his confessional, he was saying that he was waiting for her to give him the go-ahead to proceed, and she was kind of wanting him to take control as, you know, as the aspiring porn star. He should have taken control and shown her what he can do, and that didn't happen. In the judges' room, they were yawning and getting bored. On the couch, Hero lost his vigor. He lost his oomph and couldn't get it back. So then Asa came in and tried to ask if they could get the shot, and it did not happen, and so Hero went away unsuccessful in his quest. And Dana, when she was talking to the judges, said she didn't think he had the sex factor, which is sad for Hero. Lastly, in this episode, we have Blair, and she is paired with Ramon Namar. And Blair said this is a dream come true. She's super excited. Ramon thinks she's beautiful and fun, and she's enjoying herself, and so he's excited to work with her. The scene begins, and she enters with a booty. So she's ready to play, and the judges commend her for that. They're just like, well, bam, good girl, just because she's extra feisty, I guess. This scene is pretty hot, and it's the best one, I think, in the bunch. Blair's very into it. Ramon's just also into it very much so. And Blair hasn't really had a successful scene. Well, the plumber scene Donnie wasn't able to finish. So this is her first kind of successful scene so far. So she really gets to show what she can do. and she is loving it. She's loving every bit of it. Ramon is endowed, and Blair says she likes a challenge. He even picks her up at one point, and she says, I'm not a tiny girl. She's not big. She's just like, in comparison to the other guys who were in the competition, they probably couldn't have lifted her up, to be honest, just because they're a little scrawny. So she was very impressed and very excited that he could pick her up and throw her around a little bit. Blair incorporates candle wax a little bit, and the judges were like, she probably shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that without his consent, and talked about it beforehand. But it is lucky that she was paired with Ramon, because he's, out of everybody, he's probably the most down for that. So it went over okay, but next time she should be a little bit more aware of, you know, making sure that everybody's okay with what they're doing. But the judges loved it, all in all, and so did Blair. At one point, Ramon leaves her there with a pillow over her head, and he says, stay. And he leaves, goes into the other room, and talks to the judges for a second. And he's like, whew. And then he comes back and finishes the job with Blair. And then everybody's happy. And she's just like, she's in another world, and she's very, very satisfied and very happy. So this episode has a happy ending. And we shall see what happens with the other 3 contestants next time on episode 9. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me your thoughts down below. Have you seen this show? Has anybody seen this show? Am I the only one? And tell me your thoughts. Who's your favorite contestant? What scenes do you like? Tell me all the goods. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.